Hey everybody, how's it going? Please never mind this t-shirt. I'm only wearing it because this is what I wear when I'm lounging around. It's extra large, so fits me nice and snug. I got this a very long time ago. I've grown up. I've matured. I'm no longer a Bernie bro. I'm not on Team Bernie. I'm not a socialist. I never was a socialist. I just thought, Hillary Clinton was really evil and Bernie Sanders was more eloquent, and his ideas resonated better with me. But that's neither here nor there. I voted for Trump. I'm anti-immigration. I'm anti-globalism. I'm pro build the wall. I'm pro, harsh on crime, tough on crime type guy. I'm pretty much, I'm on Jared Taylor's side of the political spectrum. Let's just leave it at that. So anyways, let's talk about the meat and potatoes of this video, which is Gunnuts Media discussing reply to Paul Harrell's rebuttal video. So to surmise the situation between these two individuals, Paul Harrell is a very talented content creator. He's one of the most talented content creators on our side of YouTube, pertaining to firearms and whatnot. He's got, shit ton of fans, shit ton of views. He's when people ask me like, oh, who should I be watching on YouTube to get acquainted with firearms and guns and gun culture and whatnot, I say Paul Harrell. Everything Paul Harrell does is good. He's one of the best. Really, he is. He'll save your life. If you watch his content and you take it seriously, it's going to save your life. He's that wonderful. Paul Harrell made a video over an hour long. I think over 200,000 views at this point. And he is rebutting some claims that were made against him that were false. He states that he was misrepresented. He was lied about. The individual doing this did so with malice, with hate, and I think Paul Harrell does an excellent job demonstrating that. I really do. The rebuttal video was so fantastic. It's honestly one of the best drama videos I've ever seen. So it's honestly one of the best takedown videos I've ever seen. It's easily top 10 in my book. It's one of the best videos I've seen this year. It was that good. I was just glued to my screen. I was unable to look away. And I like Paul Harrell a lot. I have tremendous respect for Paul Harrell. I love and respect the vets who risk their lives for this country, who do good work out there and ensure that we can stay and remain free. And I know it's not easy being away from your family, and you make personal sacrifices so people like me won't have to. So I can walk around like a jackass in my Bernie Sanders t-shirt, unironically or ironically, whatever you prefer. And the person who was misrepresenting Paul Harrell was another gun channel, somewhat popular, about 52,000 subscribers. The name of this channel is called Gunnuts Media. They claimed, or this person claimed, that Paul Harrell is or was stolen valor. He stole valor or is stolen valor. I don't recall the exact verbiage, but essentially what that means is Paul Harrell's lying about his military service. He's being dishonest about his military career. He is fabricating what he's done in the military. You want another good example of real stolen valor? You look at Nathan Phillips. Google Nathan Phillips stolen valor. This was the methed out Indian dude who claimed that those Covington kids were racist Nazis and they were attacking him and they were, threatening him or whatever. They were saying all this racist shit, and none of it happened, of course. And a brave veteran, a member of the armed forces, came out and was like, well, I got, his information right here. This dude went AWOL. He's a fucking liar. He's never seen combat. He's full of shit. And he goes on and on and on. And what Nathan Phillips was saying was, oh, I was a veteran in Vietnam. I went to Vietnam. And then he started doing some weasel word type shit and saying, oh, well, I'm a Vietnam era veteran. And of course, the fake news industry started rolling with it. And then, of course, just the whole narrative fell apart. His military record fell apart. The fake narrative around those kids fell apart. That's stolen valor. Now, let's get back to Gunnuts Media, because he did and said a lot of things that I absolutely find abhorrent. One, his treatment of Paul Harrell, the way that it's like, dude, first off, one of my biggest pet peeves is misrepresenting and lying about someone, and misrepresenting him in a way that, tries to make yourself look good. And that's exactly what's going on here, because Gunnuts Media is, he's like this talented shooter with a revolver. He does a lot of videos about revolvers, and Paul Harrell has a ton of revolvers, and he was talking about revolvers, and I guess Gun Nuts Media was rubbed the wrong way for one reason or another. And I think the reason why he ended up being so antagonistic towards Paul Harrell was because of some stupid comment left a long time ago. I think that story pretty much checks out. I think it's pretty clear that that's the case. Again, watch the rebuttal video. I'm going to go ahead and link it in the description. Another thing that I find very offensive that Gun Nuts Media said was that everybody on YouTube who does, you know, what I do and what Paul Harrell does is that we're all just self-aggrandizing, you know, losers. We're all here to just prop ourselves up on a pedestal. We're all here to just self-aggrandize and, you know, look down on everybody. Well, first off, speak for yourself. Don't fucking speak for me, you fucking creep. You know, you don't fucking know me. And you know what? You obviously don't know Paul Harrell. You know, because, you know, you say that, like, oh, well, I don't know what rewards he's gotten. I don't know what gun tournaments or gun shows or whatever the fuck. What was it? Gun competitions he's been a part of. You know, like, clearly he's stolen valor. Never mind the fact that many of Paul Harrell's videos had an intro where he shows off all, like, the accolades and all the rewards and all this shit. And I'm just like, huh. Well, that's a glaring fuck up. That's quite a thing to skip past, especially when you're going to be lobbying those kinds of accusations. So again, you don't know me, you don't know Paul. So again, speak for yourself, dude. You know, I'm very careful to speak for myself only. I don't speak for anybody else but me. And yeah, so again, keep your fucking ego in check, dude. You don't speak for anybody. And again, if I was one of his subscribers, if I was one of his fans, I'd be like, you know what? Fuck this guy. You know why? Because he thinks you're a fucking moron. If you're subscribed to Gun Nuts Media, he thinks you're fucking dumb. He thinks you're a goddamn retard. Here's why. He made this video clearly misrepresenting and lying about Paul Harrell. He made that video and he strategically cut up the video of Paul Harrell calling him a dumbass, doing the face palms, and basically putting words in Paul Harrell's mouth. And he thinks you're fucking stupid because you're not going to go and verify for yourself that Paul Harrell really did, you know, act the way that Gun Nuts Media claims he acted or said the things that he claimed that he said. He thinks you're fucking dumb. You're just going to sit there and nod your head and agree because Gun Nuts Media thinks that highly of himself. He legitimately does. Fuck you, Gun Nuts Media. Absolutely disgusting. You'd fucking say, you know, invoke stolen valor, insult your fans, and misrepresent someone who's like, dude, like we shouldn't even be making these types of videos about each other. We shouldn't be doing these bullshit takedown type videos of each other. But it seems necessary to do so. Just because, you know, there's bad people in every you know, group on YouTube, and the bad people are going to get called out. You know what? Gun Nuts Media is a bad person. Now, let's get to the video that he just posted on March 27th. He posted a video called Thank You, Paul Harrell. And again, he lies, he misrepresents, he does this misdirection mental type bullshit. Basically like, oh, well, thank you so much to all the haters. Thank you to Paul Harrell because I'm getting all this ad revenue. No, you're not. We're gun channels, dude. We don't make that much ad revenue or any at all. And I can check Social Blade. I know what you make, dude. You're not making much. Maybe it's possible that you'll make enough to, I don't know, get a drink like what, whiskey or something, or whatever the fuck he said in this 4-minute video. Sure, maybe that's a hard maybe. But you act like you're like, oh well, I'm gonna deter all the haters because every time they show up to my video, they're giving me money. That's not how it works, dude. That's not how it works. Most people aren't making money on YouTube anymore, and there's a reason for that. And that includes you. You're not fucking special, dude. And again, I'm not falling for it, and I'm telling everyone not to fall for this bullshit either. And another funny thing that he does in this video is he starts whining like the titty baby that he is, saying, oh, well, Paul Harrell needs to get his people in check. He needs to get his subscribers and fans in check because they're mistreating me and behaving in such a disgusting way. I'm so great. I'm Gun Nuts Media. I'm so inclusive. I want to make a safe space for women, people of color, and members of the Rainbow Mafia or the LGBTQ who gives a shit community. That's so funny because he's like, oh, I'm so compassionate. I'm so inclusive. You didn't feel the need to extend that courtesy to Paul Harrell. Instead of doing that, you misrepresent him, you lie about him, and you absolutely treat him like shit. and say the worst things you can say to a fucking veteran who spent decades in the military. You should be proud of yourself. And by the way, I've read some of the comments that Gunnuts Media has made, you know, and he seems like a young, like 35, 40-year-old, but he still's like, you know, he calls people like Bernie bros unironically. He does the whole libtard bullshit. So it's so funny to see him be that and then do this video, and he's like, oh, well, you know, I'm an ally to the POCs and the Whammons and the fucking the rainbow people. Go fuck yourself, you fake loser. He's so fucking fake, dude. I see right through it. You're a fucking scumbag, dude. You're absolute fucking scumbag. You're easily the worst person in the firearm community. I've never said that about anybody in the firearm community. There's people that I have disagreements with, like Yankee Marshall. I think he's kind of a cuck. He thinks diversity is our strength. You know, fuck him. But you know what? He does good shit. And you know, he's out there advocating for our rights. You know, but I have disagreements with him. You know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to misrepresent Yankee Marshall and smear the man. You know, like Gunnuts Media. You got no fucking shame, dude. You know, that 4 minutes, not once did you apologize. Not once did you admit to being wrong and to misrepresenting somebody in the military or who was in the military. Not once, dude. The only thing that you should have done was apologize. Could have made a 2-minute long video. Guys, I made a video. You could have just fucking lied, dude. Just be like, you know what? I made the rebuttal against Paul Harrell really quickly. I accidentally misrepresented him. I'm gonna delete the video. I apologize to Paul Harrell. I'll call him up and say I'm sorry. You know, like I fucked up. That's all you got to do. And no, and every time you upload a video, people are gonna show up to your channel just to downvote it. I'm going to. Fuck you. You need to be punished. You have to be punished for what you did. And you know, hiding behind women and brown people and gay people, you know, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna fly. Why don't you be a fucking man? Just be a fucking man and own up to your glaring fuck ups. Because this rebuttal video, it's only gonna get more popular, and I hope it does. I'm gonna share it around everywhere because it's so fascinating. It's honestly a work of art. How beautifully and carefully Paul Harrell obliterated Gunnuts Media. It honestly was honestly is a thing of beauty. Yeah, man, you fucked up, dude. You're fucking fake. You're a stuck-up douchebag. You gotta get your ego in check. You gotta get your ego in check. You need to sort yourself out. You act like you're trying to, you know, make an inclusive, you know, safe place for everybody to learn about guns and shit. You're doing the exact opposite. You've just shown everybody that you're a hostile dude, that you're a mean bastard, that you're a fucking liar, that you're a schemer. And even in your bullshit response video, like, you're being dishonest. You're putting on this front, and it's bullshit, and I fucking see right through it. I love Paul Harrell, man. Please subscribe to Paul Harrell. Watch that rebuttal video. I'm going to link it in the description, and then I'm going to also link Gunnuts Media's response to it, which I think is incredibly pathetic. He's probably going to come up here and start talking shit because I'm wearing a Bernie Bro t-shirt. Dude, I have like 1 million fucking guns, and I donate money to President Trump. I've done a lot of work for free for that man. I'm out here fighting the good fight. You know, like I said, I'm anti-immigration, anti-globalism, anti-China. I'm pro-free speech, even fucking unpopular speech. I made a video defending Hassan Piker, for goodness sake. He didn't do anything illegal, but I defended his right to say what he said. And it wasn't an easy video to make because he came after the troops. He came after Dan Crenshaw. And again, I don't like Dan Crenshaw. I don't agree with Dan Crenshaw's worldview for the most part because he's kind of a globalist and he wants to sell out at the American workers. But, I defended Hassan Piker, his disgusting speech where he espouses disgusting Muslim rape fantasy against Congressman Crenshaw. And I just thought, well, who cares? What's said is said. Now, again, this isn't a matter of free speech. I defend Gunnuts Media. I defend his right to assassinate his character. I defend his right to lie. But don't. Here's a good tip for you, buddy. Because I feel like I've been on the internet a lot longer than you have. You're like you remind me of like a boomer. But you're a little bit younger than a boomer. But so for the sake of argument, let's just go ahead and call you one. Here's a useful tip. You can lie on the internet, but you can't lie to the internet. Think about it.